In today's video, I'm answering a viewer's question about the needlework hanging on the wall in my Needles Not Nails video of hanging artwork on plaster walls without damage by exploring the fascinating world of Deerfield Crewel Embroidery, a uniquely American craft with roots in colonial history and a remarkable revival story. Idle hands were the devil's workshop, which was an adage at the time, so girls and women of all ages used downtime in needlework pursuits. In the 1700s, Deerfield was a frontier town where women adapted European needlework traditions using materials available in New England. Every thread was dyed and spun by hand, making each piece a testament to skill and patience. The designs were predominantly floral and leaf motifs, featuring long, curling vines that wound through empty spaces. Inspired by Dutch tiles and Delft ware, these patterns sometimes incorporated acanthus leaves or even birds and animals. The arrangements typically followed meandering, curved lines, creating a more open and airy feel than their English counterparts. By the late 1800s, Deerfield's population was shrinking, and this rich tradition risked being forgotten. Then, in 1896, two visionaries, Margaret Whiting and Ellen Miller, discovered fragments of 18th century crewel work in local museums and founded the Deerfield Society of Blue and White Needlework. Their revival came with practical innovations. Unlike traditional crewel work, which used wool, the society chose locally produced linen for both fabric and thread. Wool was difficult to source and vulnerable to moths. Their signature color was indigo blue, though they eventually expanded to other natural dyes, including greens, reds, and yellows. To economize on precious thread, these artisans developed lighter, more efficient stitches. The New England Laidwork, also called Romanian stitch, became their hallmark. Other common techniques included chain, herringbone, feather, running, buttonhole, and trellis stitch. Notably, they avoided satin stitch, which consumed too much thread. The Deerfield Society represented more than just craft. It was a cooperative that empowered local women. At its height, 25 to 30 women practiced, sharing in both training and profits. Each finished piece was carefully inspected and, if approved, received their seal, a spinning flax wheel with a D at its center. The society flourished until 1926, when changing tastes, economic pressures, and the founders' declining health brought it to a close. But their legacy endures in museums, modern needlework, and the continued expression for handcrafted textile arts. What separates Deerfield embroidery from its predecessors? The material, linen, instead of wool. The economic stitches that saved precious thread. The distinctive designs that balanced decoration with practicality. And perhaps most importantly, the community-centered approach that turned individual craft into collective achievement. From the revival of forgotten techniques to the creation of economic opportunities for women, Deerfield Crewel Embroidery represents American ingenuity at its finest. Thanks for joining me on this little old lady who could and did and does. Subscribe for more stories of crafts, history, and hands that shaped them in the furnishing of my stone house in rural France.